What if I told you that an ancient spiritual principle could change every single aspect of your life? For years, the universe has been showing us the answers to why certain patterns keep appearing in our lives, why certain things keep happening in our lives, why we attract the same types of relationships, why we seem to be stuck in the same vicious cycles all of our lives. All of this can be explained by the Law of Correspondence. The worst part is, it was there all along. The best part is, since it was there all along, you can still use it to change your life. In this video, we'll explore how the ancient frequency wisdom of the Law of Correspondence can become your most powerful tool for creating lasting change. This principle reveals spiritual physics that will transform your reality when truly embodied. The Law of Correspondence is often summed up in the ancient Hermetic phrase, as above, so below, as within, so without. This wisdom teaching for personal evolution originated in ancient Egypt and was later attributed to Hermes Trismegistus, a legendary figure who bridged Egyptian and Greek mystical traditions. It was recorded in a text called the Emerald Tablet, which has influenced spiritual seekers for millennia. But what does it actually mean? Simply put, the Law of Correspondence teaches us that patterns repeat across different levels of existence. Your external life is a mirror reflecting your internal state. What happens within you creates what happens around you. It may sound simple, but this soul-shifting spiritual concept has the power to completely transform how you experience reality through what spiritual physics revealed thousands of years before modern science. But before we can apply this to your life, we need to understand how this principle works in nature. Look at the pattern on this fern leaf. Notice how each small section replicates the structure of the entire frond. These patterns, called fractals, appear throughout nature, in snowflakes, river systems, tree branches, and lightning bolts. Your own body is a temple of this doctrine. The branching patterns of your lungs mirror the structures of trees. The network of blood vessels in your body resembles river systems when viewed from above. Even the structure of atoms resembles tiny solar systems. These aren't coincidences. They're evidence of an organizing principle in the universe. The universe communicates through patterns, and once you recognize these patterns, you begin to see them everywhere. This ancient frequency wisdom that will change your life is hiding in plain sight, written into the very fabric of existence. Now, here's where this becomes truly transformative. This principle doesn't apply to just physical patterns. It governs consciousness itself. Your inner world creates your outer reality through a series of correspondences. This happens at 3 levels. First, thoughts lead to emotions, which manifest in physical reality. Second, deep beliefs shape your perception, which creates your life experiences. Third, your inner dialogue influences your relationships, which shapes your environment. Consider someone who holds a deep belief that they aren't worthy of abundance. They might not acknowledge this consciously, but it operates beneath the surface. Despite working hard, they keep experiencing financial struggles and missed opportunities. When they finally recognize this inner pattern through the life-changing spiritual insights of the Law of Correspondence, they can see how their internal belief creates their external reality. The breakthrough comes with the realization that we don't see the world as it is. We see it as we are. This isn't just positive thinking or wishful manifestation. It's about fundamental alignment between your inner and outer worlds, one of the most powerful esoteric laws for modern life that transcends simple psychology. Now, that's all well and good, but how do you apply this wisdom teaching for personal evolution in your daily life? Here's a powerful 4-step process called the AAIA method. Start by becoming aware of your current inner state. Acknowledge how you're feeling in this moment. Once you have that awareness, take a deeper look and assess which areas of your life are reflecting any inner imbalance. From there, it's time to realign. Shift your internal landscape to create balance and harmony. Finally, put that alignment into action by maintaining it with consistent daily practices that support your inner peace. Let's go through a quick exercise for each step. For awareness, try this simple meditation. Close your eyes for a moment and ask, what am I carrying within right now? Notice the thoughts, emotions, and sensations that arise without judgment. For assessment, look at the areas of your life that can feel challenging or stuck. Ask yourself, what might this situation be reflecting about my inner world? For instance, if you're experiencing conflict in relationships, it might reflect inner conflict. These are spiritual physics revealed through your everyday experiences. For alignment, try this mirror exercise. Each morning, look into your eyes in the mirror and say, my outer world reflects my inner world. Today, I choose to cultivate peace, abundance, love, clarity within. For action, choose one small practice that reinforces your new inner state. This could be as simple as setting a reminder on your phone to check in with yourself 3 times a day. This soul-shifting spiritual concept requires practice, but even small shifts create ripples of change through the ancient frequency wisdom of correspondence. Now, let's address some common challenges you might face. One common challenge is wondering why reality doesn't change immediately. The truth is, the law of correspondence works at different speeds depending on how deep the patterns are and how long they've been around. Some changes happen quickly, while others need more time and consistent inner work. It's important to trust the process and focus on your inner state rather than worrying about immediate external results. Another challenge is dealing with negative situations around you. Not everything in your outer world directly reflects your consciousness. We all live in a shared reality, and certain conditions are collective. However, you do have control over how you respond to these circumstances. By shifting your inner relationship to these challenges, you can change the impact they have on you. You might also feel frustrated when you're doing the inner work, but notice others around you aren't changing. Keep in mind that you can only transform your own consciousness. As you grow, your relationships will either change with you or take on new forms. Some people might naturally drift away, while new connections that align with your new energy will come into your life. The spiritual wisdom that will change your life always begins with changing yourself. And there are a lot of people who have used this principle for their betterment in the past. Sarah had struggled with critical bosses for years. No matter what department she transferred to or what job she took, she seemed to attract supervisors who micromanaged and criticized her work. Through working with a spiritual mentor, she realized that she carried a harsh inner critic, a voice in her head that constantly told her she wasn't good enough. As she applied the law of correspondence, she began to recognize this pattern and work with her inner critic. She developed compassion for herself and established healthier internal boundaries. Instead of taking her boss's feedback as personal attacks, she began to see them as opportunities for growth. Within 3 months, something remarkable happened. Sarah no longer reacted defensively to criticism. She listened calmly, took what was useful, and left the rest. This shift in her internal response completely transformed her interactions with her boss. The tension between them dissolved. Her boss began to deliver feedback differently, more constructively, and with acknowledgement of her strengths. Sarah didn't change her boss's words directly. She changed how she received and processed them. By transforming her inner relationship with criticism, her outer experience of being criticized completely shifted. This is the power of life-changing spiritual insights when applied consistently. The law of correspondence isn't new. It's been known by awakened beings throughout history. What's new is your relationship to this principle and how you apply these esoteric laws for modern life in your daily experience. To recap, your inner world creates your outer reality. Patterns repeat across different levels of existence. By consciously shifting your inner landscape through these energy mastery practices, you create corresponding changes in your external experience. I invite you to begin today with this simple practice. For the next 7 days, choose one area in your life you'd like to transform. Each morning, spend 5 minutes visualizing your inner state, already aligned with your desired reality. Feel it as if it's already true within you. Then, throughout the day, notice any external reflections of this inner state. When you change your inner world with awareness and intention, the universe has no choice but to reflect that change back to you. This soul-shifting spiritual concept becomes a lived reality. If this wisdom teaching for personal evolution resonates with you, please like this video and share your insights in the comments below. Let us know which areas of your life you'll be applying the law of correspondence to first. In our next video, we'll explore another powerful spiritual principle that builds on what we've discussed today, the law of vibration, and how it interacts with the law of correspondence to magnify your manifestation abilities through spiritual physics revealed in these timeless teachings. Until then, may your inner light create beautiful reflections in your outer world.